Hello everyone, welcome to the Comic Game Movie Show, and today I'm here to make a video about why Sony may ruin the MCU. Now, that's a bold statement by me. I have made many videos talking about the Marvel-Sony deal and all the, intricacies of it and all the things going on with it. But personally, to me, there has always been, I'd probably say since Spider-Man Homecoming came to an end, because, people forget that there was an actual movie after Endgame that was successful and made over $1 billion, but I digress. After Spider-Man Homecoming it came to an end, it kind of there's this about a month or two after it came to an end, about around November, there started to be this huge uprumble of people doubting Marvel and being like, oh, this might be the end of the MCU. This might be the end of the MCU. This might be the end of the MCU. I've made many videos talking about the end of the MCU. You guys have already heard my opinion on that. But if there was something to it, if there was something that could bring the MCU down, I personally believe it will be Sony. The things that Sony are doing are just so messy and so short-sighted and so arrogant that I honestly do think that they will, bring the end of the MCU. The fact of the matter is, if comic book fatigue happens, it will be because of Sony, not because of DC. Not because of MCU, Disney. It will be because of Sony. Because Sony does not care about quality. They do not care about how things look. All they care about is tricking the audience into coming to see their movies. I know there are people who love Venom. I hated Venom. And I hated Venom for reasons that aren't even about the movie itself. I hated Venom because Venom, to me, personally represents everything that the comic book movie genre has tried so hard to overcome. The comic book movie genre has gone leaps and bounds to try to overcome the idea that they are these dumb bad CGI movies that have no logical sense to them, that you can't really even make out what's happening, that have bad dialogue, have terrible villains, nothing makes any sense, and it's just this popcorn, cheesy, nonsensical thing. Venom is what Martin Scorsese was talking about. Venom is what all the old begrudging people who say that they hate comic book movies, Venom is that movie. It's that movie. And that's why I hate Venom. That's the thing. I hate Venom because I don't hate Birds of Prey. Birds of Prey didn't do that. I didn't think BVS did that. I didn't think Suicide Squad did that. I don't even think Hellboy did that. I don't think Hellboy did that. I don't think Dark Phoenix did that. But Venom, to me, does represent the exact thing that the old school, the people who want to hold comic book movies down think all comic book movies are. And that's why I hate Venom. And then I'm thinking to myself, I'm watching this Morbius trailer, I'm like, they're going to do the same thing with this. It's going to be ridiculous. It's not going to make a lick of fucking sense. All these fanboys are going to eat it up because it's not Marvel. And right now, it is very cool to hate Marvel. Right now, it is highly cool to hate Marvel. You're not even cool unless you dislike the MCU. If you like the MCU, you're a shill. If you don't like the MCU, you're a Buddhist monk who's at the high level of IQ or some shit. That's how it is right now. So Venom made a ton of money because it tricked the hardcore and it tricked the audiences into for 3 reasons. I'll say 3 reasons. It tricked the audience into thinking that it was a part of the MCU because Amy Pascal and everyone working on the movie would not officially say that it wasn't. They wouldn't officially say that it wasn't. They kept everybody in suspense. Everyone was in mystery. The late great John Snepp said that Tom Holland had a cameo in it. No one knew if this movie was a part of the MCU. So there was a lot of people who just went to see it because they thought it was. And I realized when I went to go see Bad Boys for Life with my mother, when the trailer for Morbius popped up, it said association with Marvel. And my mother looked at me and said, oh, it's a Marvel movie. It's another Marvel movie. And I was like, no, it's different. And she doesn't get that. And it dawned on me, people don't understand that there's a difference between this Marvel and the other Marvels. And it really dawned on me that I'm like, Sony is purposefully using their connection to the MCU to trick people into coming to see their movies. But the thing that helped out Venom was that Venom is a massive popular character. He's a big popular character, especially in the 90s. He's one of Spider-Man's most iconic villains. He is iconic, and the fanboys will come out for him in droves. And it was so dumb and so silly and over the top that other people, the families and whatnot, enjoyed it too because it was PG-13, so they could go see it. And they felt like they were watching something more violent than it actually was without having to deal with the violence. So kids and other people were so interested in going to see it. That's why it made so much money. But Morbius does not have that, which is why they are going overload with the, is it in the MCU? With this whole posters coming out about, where is Spider-Man? Murderer. Like, there's a poster that says murderer on it. Then you got the fucking stinger with fucking Adrian Toomes, the Vulture, at the end, kind of setting up maybe this takes place in the MCU, does it? And I'm like, it doesn't. It doesn't. And I know it doesn't. And I know when I go see this movie, all of this shit's gonna be background noise. They are doing it again because they know they cannot sell movies on their own. No one gives a fuck about Morbius except for hardcore fans of the comic Morbius or the fucking 90s animated movie, show. Because they don't even use Morbius that often in the comics anymore. They don't even use him that often. Have you seen him in the animated series lately? I haven't. So, like, that's the thing. And that's the problem. Sony is going to pump out so much shit. Now they're talking about making a fucking Mysterio movie. They're talking about making a Kraven movie. There's a movie on the list. They might be making a fucking Spider-Woman live-action movie. They're about making a Black Cat movie, a Silver Sable movie. They are losing their fucking minds. Sony is going to pump out anything they can. By the way, don't forget, never forget. I never have. That's why I don't trust Sony. I don't like Sony. Do not forget. Never forget. These are the fuckers who wanted to make a Aunt May spy movie. And for some reason, and please, someone in the comment section, why is there so much goodwill for Sony? Because they lucked up and made the Spider-Verse? Go look it up. And I got another source who said the same thing that I was thinking, and Hector Navarro on Hyper RPG, which is, the Sony didn't know that Spider-Verse was going to be that good. They didn't think it was going to be that good. They didn't pay it any attention because they didn't think it was going to actually be good. And you know how you know that? Because did you see the market? Because the reason the movie didn't make as much money as it should have made is because they didn't market it. And the reason they didn't market it is because they didn't think it was going to be that good. They put all their marketing in the Emoji Movie. And now they're Monday morning quarterbacking and acting like, and I'm supposed to give you a pat on the back because some people did it despite you not giving a fuck about them? I'm more worried about Spider-Verse than any other movie coming out because now Sony knows how good it is and now they can put the grummy fingers on it and fuck it up. I do not trust Sony. Now, Sony has put out some pretty good movies every once in a while, but the Spider-Man franchise is the only working franchise they have. They are going to milk Spider-Man into the ground, and all of you guys who hate the MCU, you will end up being responsible for when the bubble bursts. Because you hate the MCU so much that you're willing to go support anything other than the MCU so hard that even when it's not good, you guys are going to support it because it's not the MCU, and it will be the cause of the downfall of the entire comic book movie genre. Sony will fuck it all up. They will. They just will. And I don't see it going any other way. I don't think Morbius is going to be a very good movie, but I think it's going to make pretty good. But I got a gut feeling that for some reason it's going to make pretty good money. I believe Morbius is going to be a movie that comes out and its RT score is something around 40%. I believe that the fandom will attack the MCU immediately after it comes out and say that it's the MCU fault that it's not doing well. I believe that the movie is not doing well, that it's got bad scores. I believe that they're going to try to trick people into going to see this movie, and some people will and some people won't. And I honestly do believe that Sony will be the downfall of the MCU. So guys, thank you for joining me on the Comic Game Movie Show. Please remember to like and subscribe. And do you agree with me? Do you think that Sony, if anything, will actually be what breaks the MCU? I do. Thank you guys for joining me on the Comic Game Movie Show. Please remember to like and subscribe.